I watched a lot of movies in 2024. If you don't believe me, apparently I watched 651 movies. Of those 651 movies, 320 of them came out in 2024. So I think it's only right that I tell you my 10 least favorite movies that came out in 2024. At number 10, I have Disciples in the Moonlight. This was a Christian made movie that was trying to do like an action movie. I sometimes enjoy them, so I'm not anti the Christian movies. However, this one was done pretty badly. It's basically the Bible has been outlawed, and there's a group of people that they are trying to sneak Bibles to other states where the government is trying to basically track them down and kill them. It just didn't work for me, so that's why it's on the list. At number 9, I have The Beast Within, starring Kit Harington. I was excited to watch a werewolf movie and then was disappointed that that really wasn't what I was watching. I can't even really tell you what it's about without ruining the movie. All I can tell you is I wouldn't waste your time watching it because it dragged and it was frustrating to watch. At number 8, I have The Black Cab, which was a Shudder original movie. I have to say, I did not enjoy this movie. It was very slow, it was very predictable, and it just kind of felt like a waste of my time. It's about a guy that's stalking a woman in his cab. Yeah. At number 7, I have A Sacrifice. It's about a guy who is researching a cult and trying to figure out what's going on with it. And basically, nothing happens in this movie. It is slow and painfully boring. And by the end of it, I was just thankful it was done. At number 6, I have Janet Planet. I know there are a lot of people out there that liked this movie, but it just wasn't for me. I'm not a huge fan of coming of age movies just because I feel like they're so slow and not a lot happens. And I just needed more from this movie. But if you liked it, I'm glad, but it just wasn't for me. At number 5, I have The End We Start From. This was listed as a thriller, and I love thrillers, and there is nothing thriller about this movie whatsoever. It's just about a mom and her baby trying to find safety from a flood, and it is very slow, and it is very uninteresting to watch, and I did not enjoy this movie. At number 4, I have The Deliverance from Netflix. I just could not get into this movie. It just felt over the top. It felt ridiculous at times, and it just wasn't what I hoped it would be. At number 3, I have the movie Latency. This is a horror thriller about a girl who gets a headset that she wears that can basically read her brain, and she can work her computer and all electronics. And then she starts to go a little crazy and she's not sure if it's her, if it's this headset she's wearing, or what's going on. And all I can tell you is by the end of this movie, you may still not even know the answer to that question because I don't even think they knew where they were going with this movie. It just wasn't interesting. It was very slow and it just made zero sense to me. At number 2, I have Gacy, Serial Killer Next Door. I thought for sure this was going to be the worst movie of the year, but somehow it made it to number 2. It is not based on the true story whatsoever. They do a bunch of made up things, and the acting is horrendous, and it's just a bad, bad watch that I do not recommend. And at number 1, the worst movie that I watched in 2024 was Ganymede. Do not watch this movie. Do not waste your time. It's listed as a horror movie, and it's about a guy who's struggling with his sexuality, and there's this creature coming to get him. And no, don't watch it. It has nothing to do with that. It is a horrible movie about making people feel badly for who they are, and it was bad. It was boring. And at the end of the movie, I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" So do not waste your time with this movie. There is nothing horror about this movie, and do not see Ganymede. So have you seen any of these top 10 movies? Did you like them? Did you not? What are your thoughts? Let me know what your least favorite movies were in 2024.